Everyone assumes kidney failure only comes from too much salt or diabetes. But the harsh reality is that many everyday foods and habits are silently attacking your kidneys right now, without any pain or warning until serious irreversible damage has already happened. These hidden dangers slowly clog the filters, inflame the tissues, and chemically wear down the delicate structures inside your kidneys, causing harm that builds up quietly over months, years, or even decades. Hello everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to count down the top 10 most surprising and dangerous foods, drinks, and items that destroy kidney health. We'll start from number 10 and work our way to the absolute worst one at number 1. Stick around because some of these will shock you, especially the one at the top. Let's begin with number 10, high-sodium processed and packaged foods. This includes things like canned soups, instant noodles, frozen dinners, microwave meals, deli meats, fast food burgers, chips, and salty snacks you grab on the go. Now, the common belief is that salt is always the bad guy. But it's not that simple. Your body actually requires sodium for many functions, and a lot of people are deficient in it. The real problem arises when you consume large amounts of sodium from processed sources without any balancing potassium. In natural whole foods, sodium comes paired with potassium, which helps regulate fluid balance and blood pressure. But in processed items, it's sodium overload with zero potassium counterbalance. This forces your kidneys to work much harder to excrete the excess, leading to sodium retention, fluid buildup, elevated blood pressure, and gradual injury to the tiny microvascular structures and filtering units deep inside the kidneys. Have you ever wondered why some people on very low-salt diets still struggle with blood pressure or feel worse? It's often because they're missing that crucial potassium pairing. Adding natural salt to potassium-rich foods like leafy greens, avocados, bananas, sweet potatoes, or non-starchy vegetables supports healthy electrolyte balance. If your diet lacks these, a quality balanced electrolyte supplement can help prevent the kidneys from being overburdened. Moving to number 9. Non-dairy coffee creamers. Those convenient little single-serve pods or bottles that promise to make your coffee creamy and delicious. The truth is, most of these contain almost no real dairy or cream at all. Instead, they're filled with a cocktail of synthetic chemicals, artificial emulsifiers to mix oil and water, bright artificial colors, fake flavors, and whitening agents such as titanium dioxide. When used regularly, over months or years, these additives can disrupt the structural integrity of the kidney's filtering membranes. This leads to increased permeability, allowing proteins to leak into the urine, a classic early sign of kidney tissue breakdown and potential long-term damage. Number 8. Alcohol consumption, particularly when it's regular or in larger amounts. An occasional glass of wine or beer might not cause major issues for everyone, but frequent or heavy drinking is a different story. Alcohol acts as a diuretic, causing rapid dehydration across the body. With reduced fluid volume, your kidneys have to concentrate toxins and waste much more intensely, placing extra stress on their filtering system. Beyond that, alcohol metabolism generates a surge in uric acid production. Uric acid forms sharp, needle-like crystals that can abrade and irritate the delicate kidney linings, increasing the likelihood of painful kidney stones and contributing to chronic tissue damage over time. The damage multiplies dramatically when alcohol is mixed with sugary sodas, high fructose mixers, or artificial sweeteners. We'll cover why those are bad separately. Number 7. Green smoothies, or large daily doses of high oxalate greens. These are often seen as the pinnacle of health. People blend them, thinking they're detoxing and nourishing their bodies. But many common ingredients, like spinach, kale, Swiss chard, beet greens, rhubarb, almonds, and even some berries, are extremely high in oxalates. When consumed in excess without protective strategies, oxalates can accumulate and crystallize into sharp stones that lodge in the kidneys, urinary tract, or both, causing severe pain and potential blockages. But here's the key question many people ask. If green smoothies are so bad, why do so many feel better after drinking them? The answer lies in individual factors and how well your body handles oxalates. A healthy, diverse gut microbiome often includes bacteria like Oxalobacter formigenes that actually break down oxalates in the intestine, before they can be absorbed into the bloodstream. Additionally, minerals such as calcium and magnesium from dairy, nuts, or greens can bind to oxalates in the gut, forming insoluble complexes that are safely excreted rather than absorbed. Citrate, naturally abundant in lemons, limes, and citrus fruits, acts as a powerful inhibitor. It binds to calcium in the urine and prevents oxalate from forming crystals. Risks increase significantly if you have low stomach acid, reducing mineral absorption, mineral deficiencies, a weak or imbalanced microbiome, leaky gut allowing more absorption, chronic dehydration, making crystals form easier, or constipation, giving oxalates more time to be absorbed. So, it's not that greens are inherently toxic, it's about dose, preparation, and your personal gut and mineral status. Are you ready for even bigger surprises? Number 6. Artificial sweeteners in diet and zero-sugar products. We're specifically talking about aspartame, sucralose, and acesulfame potassium. These show up in countless items like diet sodas, sugar-free gums, low-calorie yogurts, protein bars, and healthy desserts. Aspartame metabolizes into methanol, wood, alcohol, which further breaks down into formaldehyde and formic acid substances that are outright toxic to cells. Sucralose has been shown to alter the function of kidney tubules, impairing their ability to properly filter and reabsorb essential substances. Acesulfame potassium tends to accumulate directly in kidney tissue, causing mitochondrial damage and persistent oxidative stress. All three have direct toxic effects on kidney cells, eroding their structure and function over prolonged exposure. That daily, healthy, sugar-free swap you rely on might actually be one of the sneakiest threats to your kidney's long-term health. Number 5. Heavily processed meats, such as bacon, sausages, hot dogs, pepperoni, salami, and deli slices. Protein itself is not the enemy. Your kidneys are designed to handle nitrogen waste from natural, whole food proteins like grass-fed beef, poultry, fish, or eggs. In moderate amounts from clean sources, protein even supports tissue repair and overall health. The problems arise with ultra-processed meats, which are loaded with added phosphates, nitrates, and nitrites for preservation, artificial flavors, and compounds that form advanced glycation end products. These extras increase the overall acid load on the body, promote inflammation, encourage calcification, and accelerate scarring in kidney tissues. In rare extreme cases of very high lean protein intake, with no fat or carbs, like rabbit starvation, kidneys can become overburdened. But that's far from normal balanced eating. Number 4. Phosphate-heavy processed foods and beverages. This category includes dark colas and sodas, processed cheese slices or spreads, fast food nuggets and fries, frozen dinners, packaged baked goods, and many convenience items. Phosphorus in its natural form, from whole foods like meat, dairy, or nuts, is absorbed at a modest rate, only about 30–40%, which our bodies have evolved to manage perfectly over thousands of years. But the inorganic phosphates added as preservatives in processed foods absorb at an alarmingly high rate, close to 90–100%. This flood of excess phosphate overwhelms the kidney's ability to excrete it, leading to accumulation in soft tissues like the kidneys and blood vessels. Over time, this causes calcification and hardening of kidney structures, disrupts the critical calcium-phosphorus balance needed for bone health, and can contribute to conditions like renal osteodystrophy, where the kidneys themselves begin to calcify internally. Number 3. Common over-the-counter painkillers, especially NSAIDs like ibuprofen, naproxen, aspirin in high doses, and similar anti-inflammatory drugs. These aren't technically foods, but millions of people take them daily for headaches, arthritis, menstrual cramps, injuries, or chronic pain without realizing the risk. NSAIDs inhibit prostaglandins, which are crucial for maintaining normal blood flow to the kidneys. Your kidneys are incredibly demanding. They make up only about 1% of body weight, but receive roughly 25% of your heart's total output. They need that massive blood supply to filter waste effectively. When NSAIDs reduce renal blood flow, the kidneys must handle the same toxin load with less oxygen and circulation. This leads to tissue stress, higher concentrations of waste products, cell injury, and if used chronically, permanent loss of filtering units and reduced kidney function. Occasional use might be okay for most, but regular or high-dose intake is a major hidden risk factor. Number 2. Refined industrial seed oils and vegetable oils. Things like canola oil, soybean oil, corn oil, sunflower oil, cottonseed oil, and grapeseed oil found in bottles, cooking sprays, restaurant fryers, and most packaged processed foods. The seeds or plants themselves aren't necessarily terrible in their raw state, but the modern extraction process is highly industrial and damaging. It involves extreme high heat, intense pressure, chemical solvents like hexane, bleaching, and deodorizing, all of which oxidize the polyunsaturated fats and create harmful byproducts such as aldehydes and other lipid peroxides. These toxic compounds directly attack the glomeruli, the kidney's microscopic filtering units, and scar the tubules, gradually degrading the filtration membranes and reducing overall kidney efficiency. The more you consume these oils in fried foods, dressings, or baked goods, the more cumulative damage occurs. The cheap, ubiquitous cooking oil in your kitchen, or the one used in fast food, could be one of the most insidious contributors to long-term kidney scarring and decline. Finally, the number one worst offender for your kidneys: added sugars and all forms of concentrated fructose sodas, energy drinks, fruit juices, sweetened coffees and teas, candies, cookies, cakes, pastries, ice cream, cereals, and even some natural sweeteners, like agave nectar, which can be 70–90% fructose, or excessive honey. While sucrose, table sugar, is 50% fructose and 50% glucose, fructose is the real kidney killer here. Unlike glucose, which most cells can use, fructose is almost entirely metabolized by the liver. In large amounts, it rapidly depletes ATP, your cell's energy currency, leading to a breakdown that releases nitrogen-containing compounds converted into uric acid. Uric acid forms those sharp, glass-like crystals that abrade kidney tissues, promote stone formation, trigger inflammation, and cause progressive scarring and fibrosis. This process explains why high sugar intake is linked to chronic kidney disease even in people without diabetes. Small, occasional amounts may be tolerable if your metabolism is healthy, but the typical modern diet's excessive fructose silently drives much of the kidney damage we see today. If this countdown has made you pause and rethink what's on your plate or in your cup, please smash that like button right now. It helps spread these eye-opening health truths to more people who desperately need to hear them.